Welcome back to 3 and Out. I'm Brian Carter here with Ryan Orlowski and our special guest today, Dylan Carter, my little brother. At this time, we're going to go ahead and give our 2009 MLB predictions. Ryan, go ahead and start with the AL East.
Well, this is how the AL East ended up last season, and this year we're going to make a couple changes. The New York Yankees, the drought is finally going to come to an end. They're going to wrap up. They're going to be in first place this season, switching place with Tampa Bay. And then I'm going to have the Red Sox finish in second, but they're also going to be going to the playoffs to represent the AL wild card, and ultimately they're going to represent the AL in the World Series. But with the Yankees winning the division, you have to give them that just because of the offseason that they had. The drought will finally come to an end with pitching like Burnett, Sabathia, Wong, Chamberlain, Pettit, and Marte. They picked up Texan with Gardner Speed in center. This team has really improved from a year ago.
I hate the Skankies, but I'll respect your pick. I'm going to go now with the National League East. We'll concentrate just a little bit. Braves fans, listen up. Last year you finished fourth. Nah, not so hot. Okay, so this year, we also had the Phillies, Ruben's team, go on and win the World Series. This year, I'm predicting the Mets to come out on top, okay? But I'm going to have the Phillies winning the wild card. The Phillies took a big loss with Pat Burrell, but they did sign Ibanez. That's a big deal. But the injury question mark goes to Chase Utley. But whenever you have Brad Lidge, you can't go wrong there late in the game. And then the Mets, obviously, they got Francisco Rodriguez and J.J. Poots. They solidified their bullpen late in the game. They're going to be pretty much solid, and they have Johan Santana on the mound. Marlins coming in third. Then I'm going to have the Braves again. They didn't do a whole lot this season other than adding Garrett Anderson and Vasquez and Lowe. But they lost, I think, Hampton and Smoltz. And then the Nationals, obviously at the bottom, a bad rotation. That's not going to get you anywhere. Let's go with the Central.
Moving on to the AL Central. This is how they ended up last year with the Sox finishing in first place, followed by the Twins. It's going to be a similar race this year, except finally the Twins are going to come out on top in this division. Just because, I think Morneau and Mauer are going to bash once again, and this team's going to get into the playoffs. You can't forget about 20-game winner Francisco Liriano. So, this team's finally going to get into the playoffs, which we much deserve.
All right, NL Central. This is my specialty here. I'm going to go ahead and say last year the Cubs got a little lucky, made it into the playoffs, but again, their curse continued. They did not go anywhere. And the Brewers won the wild card. Well, it's going to be shaken up a lot differently this year. I see my St. Louis Cardinals. I'm sorry I'm biased. They're going all the way, so they will represent the National League. We added Khalil Green and relief pitcher Trevor Miller. And, we lost Aaron Miles and Jason Isringhausen, but the loss to Isringhausen is actually a good thing. And for once, we should have a healthy Chris Carpenter and Adam Wainwright in the rotation. And if Pujols can stay healthy, we're guaranteed to win. And then second place is going to be the Cubs. They added Aaron Miles. They lost Rich Hill, Kerry Wood, Jim Edmonds. The rotation is powerful with Zambrano there, and they do have Lee Ramirez and Giovanni Soto in the lineup, so they should be pretty solid. The Astros should be going in third place. Then I would have the Brewers coming in fourth because the Brewers lost Sabathia and Sheets. Although they get Trevor Hoffman, he's at the end of his career, so it shouldn't be that big a deal. And Ryan, just for you, man, just for you, I'm gonna put your Pirates in fifth place, man. Moving out of the cellar, heading to the attic, But it'll take a while for them to get there. But those Reds, man, they're gonna be crying for Adam Dunn come about June or July. You just wait and see.
Now for the AL West, you had the Angels, who had a great regular season last year, finishing in first place. This year, you probably didn't see this one coming, but the Texas Rangers are going to win the West this season.
Wow.
I just think that the Angels lost too many big guys in K-Rod and Garrett Anderson and Mark Teixeira. So I think the Rangers are going to do some damage this year. They were 4 games under 500 last season, but with Young, Blaylock, and Hamilton out in Texas, they're going to win the division this season.
Interesting pick. Let's go to the NL West quickly. Not much to go on here. I'm going to go ahead and go with the Diamondbacks going first because I was a big fan of their rotation last year, and I am this year as well. Anytime you got Webb and Herron and John Garland in there, and then you got young guys like Justin Upton in the lineup, they got a lot of young guns, and I like the way their team looks, with Chris Young and everybody like that. So that's going to be the Diamondbacks. The Padres move out of the cellar and close up to the top. They're going to move to second. They got Peavy, should have a strong year as always, and then Chris Young, who had a a strange injury when he took a line drive right off the face from Albert Pujols last year. And then third place in the division, I'm going to have the Dodgers, who just seem to me like, again, they're just aging consistently. They lost Lowe. They're possibly going to lose Manny. They might still retain him, not sure. They lost Brad Penny and Takashi Saito, and that's a big loss as well for them. And then Andrew Jones, it's a depleted rotation and just an aging team. Then I'm going to have the Rockies coming in next. They lost a lot of players, Holiday, Taveras, and Fuentes. They did pick up Houston Street, so that might be a little boost for them. But then, obviously you're going to have the Giants at the bottom. They got Renteria, Uribe, and Randy Johnson. And they do have a good solid rotation with Lincecum, Kane, Zito, and Johnson, but they're weak in the corners, and their outfield is pretty much depleted at this point as well. That pretty much wraps up our division by division. And you said who do you think's going in the World Series?
I think the Red Sox are going to go to the World Series this year.
Red Sox, and I picked the Cardinals. And who do you pick out of those two?
I got the Red Sox.
Oh,
it's going to be a repeat.
Come on. No. I think it's going to be revenge, maybe Cardinals in 4, Cardinals in 5. Dylan, who's going to win the World Series?
Cardinals.
Okay, and why are they going to win?
Because I like that team.
Okay, who's your favorite player?
Pujols.
All right, now tell everybody what team is the worst team in baseball.
Braves.
And what do they wear?
Polka dotted panties.
Oh, nice. You heard it from the man. I mean, it's just well said. Ryan, let's go ahead and hit into the Piedmont Sports Minute. That will start right now. We're going to talk about Lady Lions basketball. A tremendous story. They they struggled most of the season, but then late in the year, they put together a really solid ending.
They really
to the
turned it
season.
around in the conference schedule this year.
Yeah, they have. And that was due in large part to just sharing the basketball. If you look at the statistics, I mean, you had 4 players in double figures: Laura Simmons, Beth Adcock, Courtney Odom, and Lisa Jennings. It was just outstanding what they were able to put together near the end. And then it was amazing to watch the first round of the GSAC tournament. Not sure if you had a chance to watch it. They played LaGrange here at Piedmont, and in her very last game here ever, Beth Adcock put together a triple-double, very impressive. And then Kayla Duncan also had a heck of a game. She had about 17 points, and I think it was only 12 minutes of play. Anything you want to add to that?
Just good luck to the girls this week in the conference tournament. Hopefully they can knock off Maryville and get the first GSAC title of the year for Piedmont.
I hope so. Last thing we have to fit in before the end of the show is to win that booty. And for this show, we are giving away, Braves fans may like this, it's a Sports Illustrated magazine with Hank Aaron on the cover. Dylan's giving his thumbs down to that, but actually worth a good bit of money, actually. Shaq and Kobe each won their 3rd All-Star MVP award. Name 2 others who have won as many. All you gotta do is email that to 3andoutsports@gmail.com, and you will win the booty. That's a wrap for this edition of 3 and Out. Remember to shoot us an email at 3andoutsports@gmail.com or check us out on YouTube and MySpace. I'm Brian Carter.
I'm Ryan Orlovsky.
I'm Dylan Carter.
That was 3.
And we're out.